Looks like we're going live here. Going into the first middle of the match, setting the tone for the whole match. These teams are both very, I'd say, pretty closely matched. But if I had to predict it, I've seen a lot out of the Rat Squad lately. They've been so close to beating so many teams. I think, and given that Showstopper choked at LAN recently, I'm gonna say Rat Squad are gonna take this one. I'm gonna give it to them 5-3. Also, Ding Dong Daddies running a bit of a backup, a sub here. So in on the first mid. Here we go. Kosa and Jeremy trading stickies. Kosa just trying to control people from Rat Squad getting too aggressive. And now we got the soldier bombing in, and just Kosa pushing forward, dealing stickies to almost everyone. Jeremy eats the spam and gets focused down real quick. This first mid actually going to the Ding Dong Daddies. 4-4 didn't even get touched, so the key to that mid was who went aggressive first. That's always important in TF2 competitive, you know, is who's going to go aggressive first. And it looks like the Daddies did. We're just able to focus down some easy frags. Now they're going to be rolling into second, but luckily Target survived on Medic, and they're going to be able to secure second. They're going to, or at least last. They do give up second there, unfortunately. I would have liked to see maybe a little bit more spam. They can usually afford to lose someone there, but you know, not the worst situation, not the worst in the world. Scissor's going to go down. Patty in aggressively actually goes in, I think, for a force, but ends up just trading, or not even trading. I always say trading because I always expect the roamer to die, but Patty there gets out clean, and he's going in. I think that was probably the same exact route he used last time. Gets in, hits one rocket onto Target, but Target's going to survive. Only takes 60 damage there. And you know, I'm surprised to see that Ding Dong Daddies didn't just push off the pick on Scissor, because it's like, you know, if Patty's going to spawn on Sniper or something, which, no, he's Alec actually switches to Sniper. What's the point of picking someone and not pushing on it so that you can get a sniper to pick someone? They already did what they wanted, and it'd be better to push on that one pick with 5 combat classes. You know what I mean? Don't you find that silly? Don't you find that silly? So I would have really liked to see Ding Dong Daddies push off the Scissor pick. Patty escaped, so they were already set up to go. You know, bit of a silly play there, in my opinion. Alec actually out sniping Scissor, so maybe not quite the god we all thought he was. Sniper more of his main than scout, some would say. And now the Uber is coming in lower. Alec had that shot. 404 milking it. This is not a good thing for the Rat Squad, but Scissor's already spawning. The Uber is just a solo Uber here on Showstopper. They're just going to try and cycle it out. Now is when they're probably going to try and make some room for Alec to make another pick here. But the Rat Squad spamming out, and the body shot from Alec takes out Target. He's down. Scissor immediately trades for him, but there's ATT aggressive up in lobby, and that's the kind of reaction that you need. If you lose your medic, everyone's got to go aggressive. They've got to try and equalize it somehow. But the issue is only half the team committed to it. 2 scouts went in. They both died, and you know, I think maybe they were halfway afraid that if they full committed that they would just lose the round. You know, they were on last. If they lost everyone, if they wipe on last, then they lose the round. But getting those 2 early picks probably should have given them the confidence to push with number advantage. You know, I would have liked to see it. I think my team probably would have done it. But either way, you're better off, I think, either going all in or all out. You know what I mean? Halfsies is not usually going to work out. So Rakusa trying to spam, put out some early pressure, but goes down. The Uber actually came in. No picks from the Uber, but it's all going to be about this after Uber. We've got a sentry going down, just an engineer, and now it's Jeremy and Target there. Target unable to get Uber, had 85%. If only they would have kited, maybe got some better information there. Losing Rakusa early also crucial, because the roamer often on these lasts will spam a bit, but then just kind of chill on the roof, wait for the Ubers to fade, and then start raining down from the high ground. It's a great position. Rakusa kind of dying early there. Just one round, though. The Rat Squad certainly not out of it. They're going into this next mid. Gonna watch Rakusa now. See if the Rat Squad can take this middle. You know, last mid it was all about the aggression. Let's see. We already see the roamer from the other team jumping in first, but here's Rakusa actually focusing in on the demo. gets the pick. 3 rockets to the back of Kosa. Kosa down. Even numbers at the moment, but target weak and goes down. Showstopper in aggressive. And just losing numbers. A scout coming in on the flank. Oh, CJ didn't react in time. Ding Dong was there, shot him in the back a couple times, and he's actually looking like he's going to go for this play. 2 buff scouts and a medic on the point. And the medic using that wall to dodge well, and 404 is going to eat 75 damage, but he's going to survive. Great job by 404 there, using his surroundings, you know, to his advantage to take cover. As a medic, if you have 2 teammates in front of you, use them as meat shields, and then you use the cover that's around you to make it harder for the other person to hit you, you know? You don't just stand there trying to juke him, because you're giving him opportunities to hit his shots. You want to make it as hard as possible for him to hit those shots, you know what I mean? So the Uber's coming in lower now. We've seen this happen 3 times already. Showstopper going to just be leading it in. I think they're pretty confident with this. This must have been the way that they practiced and found success pushing in last. But the Sentry going to deny Showstopper a little bit more here, and they're actually going to lose Alec, and Showstopper only now just takes out the Sentry, and he's down to 6 health, going to go down. But Target, how are you dead? Should have been kiting back into spawn, but the numbers luckily are not going to punish him there for dying. 404 doesn't even escape, so later death actually from 404. He's going to be on a 15-second respawn. Meanwhile, Target is spawning up here in only 2 seconds, and so slight Uber advantage. If they can get the heals up fast, everyone gets buffed, they can roll into mid before 404 actually gets his heals in. So there may be a point in time where 404 is alive. You're going to see him spawning now. He's going to be alive, and if you're on the Rat Squad and you press tab, you're going to see there's 6 up, but you should be understanding that the medic just spawned. He's not going to be in position. Players on the roof, players in the most forward positions won't have heals. Everyone's going to have to back up in order to get those heals from the medic who just spawned. So there is some room to peek. There is some room to make an opening, you know, try and get something going. But it looks like the Rat Squad are just going to chill on their Uber advantage. They're going to slow it down. And looks like Target, though, does have a slight advantage. He's on 30% advantage or so. And it looks like CJ does want to take this. CJ been known for loving to go in on his solo Ubers, but the Team Rat Squad also very notorious for trying to push on tiny advantages or no advantage whatsoever, and then having their combo get caught out. So here they're going to think better of it. They're going to slow it down, and they're going to just turn it into a stalemate. Despite having the Uber advantage, you know, they weren't confident pushing in there 6v6, you know, a little bit of positioning disadvantage. So just holding back. Look at Target, extremely passive here. Usually the way that teams open this up here on second is they're going to send their roamer. They're going to buff him up. He's going to be 300 health. He's going to position himself right here in the window and jump right in. Patty with a wall jump, actually. But Target is so safe. Patty he got in so far and so fast, but still couldn't make anything of it. A little bit of spam coming out here into Saw Room. Target trying to move up with CJ here into Saw. Get this Uber in the middle, but oh, they've committed. So now Showstopper knows exactly where they're coming from, but he's still standing his ground, trying to play aggressive here. Not going to let them just Uber in. You know, nothing really happened. They let Patty suicide. They got a bit aggressive, but they didn't suicide anyone. No counter sack. No, you know, no aggressive play, really. They're still trying to play it safe. It is still 1-0, you know. I think playing it safe with plenty of time still on the board is the right idea, but Patty gets in, isolates Target there in upper lobby, but Rakuso able to track him down, spam him down. This is when I want to see Rakuso get aggressive on the flank, maybe with a scout. Maybe they could get a pick. Actually, Ding Dong already aggressive over here. See, what they need to do is scouts like this. He needs to pressure here so that people are turning. They keep looking over here, falling back so they can be in a position to hold. If they're able to just stay forward, the Ubers are going to be almost impossible to get through. CJ gets the pick on Alex, so still even numbers here, losing a soldier and a scout, and kind of turning into a bit of a DM fight. This is going to be the make or break of this round, and it looks like Ding Dong Daddies getting the better of it, focusing down frags very quickly. Target caught out on the point, and we're going to have CJ spawning, but he's going to be in for a world of hurt with 5 of the 5 of the daddies just rolling into last, and it's just going to be capped. 4 spawners. Who's going to get the spawn frags? We got Kosa in with 1. Showstopper in with 1, so cleaning him up there and spawn. Always good. A little bit of an ego boost to destroy your defenseless enemies there in spawn. And going into this next mid, we we could see Ding Dong Daddies just close this out real quick, make it 3-0, but this is the chance for Rat Squad to start bringing it back, you know. It's only 10 minutes into the match, still plenty of time for a comeback. The mids are going to be so key, though. Watching now, it's actually going to be CJ getting in aggressive. Rakuso actually behind as well. And Rakuso in the flank hits a rocket on his scout, but Ding Dong Daddies are able to maintain their forward position. They didn't back up to clean up Rakuso, you know. So they've kept control of the point very well. And now the scouts are just chasing down frags. It looks like Chanel actually already in position for the flank. Oh, let's target escape. If only he had, you know, if you use your sound, listen carefully, you can actually hear not only the footsteps, but the sound of the healing, the medic beam. And he could have heard them already over here. Instead came over here. Or if he used his brain, like kind of visualized where the enemy should be based on the timings, he should have known that the medic had enough time to get through the underpass. But, you know, not too much loss. They're going to be holding here on second, prepping for a push into last. Scissor now sniping. A pretty standard hold, it seems, from the Rat Squad. Just running one off class. Personally, I prefer 2 off classes at least. I think having a engineer is great. Having a heavy or pyro sniper, combining off classes is a great way to hold last. But when it's even Ubers, you know, you can still rely on your Uber to fall back on. But I prefer having off classes to just waste the time of the other team. Patty always getting in so deep on these bombs, but Target positioning himself well to avoid too much damage and not forcing there. Rakuso immediately going for the counter suicide. I would have liked to see a little bit of a different play there. I would have liked to see their combo shift over with Scissor. So Scissor on Sniper. If they can... Okay, Scissor, I should have watched him. Drops 404 in the lower tunnel down here. Just one clean shot to the skull. I apologize for missing that. 404 down, so let's see how the Rat Squad are going to position themselves to push out. They're going to be clearing lobby systematically, making sure they can't get back capped. Make sure there's no scouts here in the drop down. Hopefully someone cleared out lower. A scout moving in through lower. Patty, though, in position, knows after his medic died, that's when he needs to get the force out. And here he is, right on top of target, gets the pop, down to 9 health. Alec also getting a pick on Rakuso, but the Uber is probably going to be just enough to take this point. Jeremy with 2 frags. And now it's just Schnell and 404 in front. They're backing up to middle. All of Rat Squad saw them. They don't have to be afraid that, you know, there's a scout alive. Schnell's alive, but they know he's in front. He's not going to be backcapping. Sometimes I take advantage of that where I show myself in front, and then I will try and go for a sneaky flank at, like, or put myself in a position where they wouldn't expect. They'd see me in front, but then I try and play to that, play to what they expect, and do the opposite, you know. And occasionally that will work out, but it looks like Schnell is just going to back up here. He's going to survive. And his team is going to be, actually with the Uber advantage, very slight, 20%. Is Showstopper confident enough to push on that? Maybe his teammate Confident Carl right next to him there is going to give him the morale boost that he needs to get in on this. But it looks like they're just going to slow it down. Going to let it turn into another stalemate. But this time we see the Rat Squad in control. So Rakuso going to be the man to watch on this push. See if he can jump in, get the force out. Lately I've been seeing a lot of medics putting themselves very far back, but yeah, 404 is going to follow this trend. In fact, sitting way back, using this choke point to his advantage. If he can see the soldier coming from a mile away, he just starts backing up. There's no way that soldier should get on him. But Kosa actually getting an early pick onto Scissor, so we might see the Daddies go for a play now. Patty loves to move so quickly here. Gonna watch his rocket jumps as he just kind of distracts on the flank. Maybe someone else on the other side is making it happen. Actually, 404 has popped his Uber. It's popped earlier. So CJ having a bit of a better Uber, and Showstopper alone in on mid, caught out. Pocket down. Oh no, Kosa overextending on the catwalk. Jeremy cleaning up both of those players. Love to see it when the Demo Man just makes sure people can't escape, locking off their exits. And we do lose Rakuso and Jeremy, but 3 down from the Daddies. The numbers advantage is still going to be enough for the Rat Squad to push in here. 2 scouts alive on the Daddy side, so not a lot of area control, a lot of area denial from those classes. So, and also not a lot of long-range spam potential. You know, 2 scouts, you kind of need to be in their face if they're going to be effective against you. So the Rat Squad smartly moving towards the point instead. moving towards the more open area so that the scouts can't really approach them, can't really be a factor in preventing them from pushing. So the Rat Squad slowly but surely getting themselves back in this round, but we've seen it time and time again where things just fall apart. And here, Scissor dying. Maybe it was a suicide so he could spawn Sniper. I wouldn't be surprised. But Alec taking advantage of that pick and the fact that there is no counter Sniper yet. He's going to be pushing here into upper lobby, and he might just get a shot. Hits a headshot there on Rakusa, so Rakusa going to be spamming less because he's weak. So it's just slowly, they just gain more and more ground. Every shot they hit forces the other team to play a little bit more passive, you see. And it's working out pretty well so far. They get a force, but 404 also popping and weak. Patty down, so the numbers quite against them at the moment. Health also low on Rakusa, who might not escape. No, but it seems he will. Rat Squad going to be moving in left. Still running the Sniper. I would like to see that Sniper switch off as soon as possible. You got to have a combat class when you're down in numbers. And now it's just going to be Kosa and 4-4. Actually, 2 spawns, but ATT here on the point. Hitting the meat shot onto Kosa, taking him down. And the Rat Squad in on the point. Were they rushing it? We've seen Zilly make insane plays. It's a 1v1 Sniper versus Scout. He's going for the quick scope, but Confident Carl is confident in his melee abilities. Just going to slice him down with a sword. Scissor down. And we got some LOLs and XDs being put in the chat at the moment. Both medics dead. So a push out, probably not going to happen. Probably not going to be able to witness that. And what I would like to see, though, is the fact that there's no Ubers in play. Have some people be a little bit more confident to be a little bit aggressive. They can get picks and not be worried about an Uber punishing them on last or out onto second. You know, those 40 seconds when Ubers are not quite ready to go, that's when I think a lot of teams should take advantage of that, because their spam is just going to be it can't be countered by an Uber, you know, and if they overextend, they can't get punished by an Uber, and they can pick people off more freely. But it looks like the spy play might be coming out. No. Both teams very, very reliant on their snipers. It seems Alec and Scissor kind of the players to open every push at this point in time, especially into last. But, you know, it's the smartest way to play, really. You want to have some sort of advantage. What the sniper does on offense is it allows you to get a pick, so you can, you know, push on a man advantage, and then once you start taking ground, it gives your sniper some room, and then it forces the defending team to play quite passively. The only way to really counter it is to play forward, play aggressively. Both snipers dying to stickies here. You know, so they get one pick and then they lose a pick, so keep trading. But then what the sniper does on defense, actually, is it forces the Uber very early, because a medic is not going to milk. If he knows there's a sniper, they can just charge up a body shot and just, you know, take a very simple shot on you and drop your Uber, and then from there, who knows what could happen. So always a lot of pressure on medics when there's snipers in play. We already saw body shots onto each medic. Actually, a headshot onto 404 from Scissor. So both medics have been picked by snipers in this match already. It is 2-2. I think Rat Squad know that they need this round. That's why they're slowing it down so much. They don't want to rush anything. They want to just take their time. They want to make sure that they can work their way back into this match slowly. Rakusa actually going for his suicide. So running the sniper, but going for the roamer suicide. What I would be thinking is that's 2 combat classes down. So Patty goes for the counter suicide. Ooh, and Alec hits the headshot. So actually Rakuso and Scissor down. Alec now starting to get a lot of room here, sniping up on bats. Oh, he had a shot there onto target, but didn't take it. Actually focusing his scout, strangely enough. And wow, ATT just pretends the sniper doesn't exist, just holds W, takes out Kosa. And you know, for Ding Dong Daddies, I've watched them several times. Kosa's deaths have been extremely poorly timed. Like, he dies at some of the worst moments, overextends, doesn't protect himself, doesn't prepare himself for what could potentially be a certain death. And Scissor here just trying to chase down Schnell, and wow, that push out just completely backfired. And the Rat Squad just focusing targets fast and moving quickly into last before the spawns from Ding Dong Daddies are able to come up, and they're on the board now. It's 2-1, about 10 minutes left, so that was a slow, methodical round. 10 minutes it took for Rat Squad to put themselves in the position to come back here, but 10 minutes is also plenty of time for them to even take the lead here. So going into the next mid, these mids, again, so crucial. Going to watch ATT controlling the roof here. And just waiting for a soldier to jump. He knows Patty's on his way. There's Showstopper, but where's Patty? Where is that sneaky, sneaky man? Oh, Scissor holding W. Takes out Kosa. Again, Kosa the first death. But Alec and Schnell picking up for his team's failure there. And just going to get 3 picks right away. So Ding Dong Daddies definitely have strong scouts. I'd say these scouts are kind of the backbone of the team. They don't go for a lot of plays, but they know when to go aggressive, and it's working out very well for Ding Dong Daddies. Here's Patty with a bit of a sneaky play here. Comes up behind on 3 players. They don't even react. That is probably a failure of a scout. A scout's got to be keeping track of the roamer. Patty with that air shot in upper lobby. Oh man. What a shot. It's probably the best he could get out of that situation. Kosa, though, getting 2 frags now and goes down to an arrow from Target. So this is still kind of a back and forth fight here. Target actually 404 going to be expecting Schnell there to die. And he was right. And now gets chased down by both scouts. So, I was praising the scouts on Ding Dong Daddy, but now the scouts on the Rat Squad are turning it on. And look, I think they're going to pick this soldier too. That's like 5 picks in a row only for ATT. Meanwhile, Scissor is there. He's got his back, and he's getting some picks of his own. So I think that's like an 8-kill streak from the scouts on Rat Squad. Quickly turning this around. We already have actually a sniper, though. This isn't forward spawn. Always got to be aware of these. You got to be pressing tab, especially in those crucial seconds before the forwards or the forward spawns are denied, before you cap middle, because people could be in there. They could be hiding. And, oh, he's a little bit too excited. Whips his mouse right at the worst time. And Patty here going to get the force lower. Would have been such a big play to get that drop, but he quickly back spawns. Patty going to be trying to flank from behind. Another common way to play roamer on these last, but the Rat Squad just putting time on the point. And Ding Dong Daddy's going to lose that round 2-2. Great comeback. They lost mid and then just rolled it all the way back. That was kind of a moment where I think the turning point was really when 404 was a bit overextended. His team was dying around him, but he stayed kind of committed for a little bit too long on his scout on the second push and ended up dying and just spawned only in time to defend last. So now into this next mid, going to see CJ jumping up on the roof. We're just waiting to see if he can hit any air shots now. Patty has slowed it down significantly. In the first 2 rounds, we saw him just bombing immediately. I don't know if this passive style is really working out, though, for the Rat Squad. Rakuso already went in and died, and the rest of Rat Squad just backing out, just going to concede middle. ATT down as well, and no one else really in a position to contest. Hopefully, the Rat Squad doesn't Uber in a terrible position. But Scissor trying to go behind. Oh, the Uber forced early from Target. At least they put out good damage onto Kosa, so Kosa's not too confident to push up alone here to lock off the rest of the team, but the soldiers are there. This is such a crucial fight right now. I think the Rat Squad are actually going to take this. It seems that they just have such a better recovery. Despite having the worst Uber, they focus down frags so much better than the Ding Dong Daddies do. And they did a great job of baiting Ding Dong Daddies. Despite having the worst Uber, they got into a good position so that, and they got far enough away where if people wanted to chase them, they'd have to rocket jump pretty far to even get on them. And 404, he can't rocket jump. He couldn't keep up. And everyone who overextended to chase got picked off, systematically focused down. Rat Squad playing very well at the moment. And they're going to have an enormous Uber advantage. But once again, we've got a sniper in the forward spawn. Alec going to try and do what Schnell could not. Going to be scoping up very soon here. And momentarily, the push will be coming from Target and the team. We've got a scout moving through. Just make sure there's no sticky traps. Always good to have some initiation from the scouts and the roamers. That way your medic can be a little bit more confident. And the body shot is there. I missed it. I'm sorry, guys. And the body shot takes out Target. Has claimed a life of a medic. But the aggression from Rat Squad coming into upper lobby. Trying to just push through into last. Do whatever they can. Jeremy survives crucially. Maybe their only hope of not getting rolled for the rest of this round here. Jeremy back on middle. The rest of Ding Dong Daddies stacking the point. Gonna deny CJ and Scissor from forward spawns. And they're moving into middle through lower, but that's where the spam's going. And 404 slowing it down to 10 health. Oh, no. So close, so close. But they're going to lose 2 to get that force. You know, ideally, you only lose 1. Actually, ideally, you lose no one. The best way to force an Uber as a team is to play good positioning, spam as a team, put out pressure, but do it from mid-range, mid to long range. If everyone can pressure from long range, it's as effective as having someone in their face, you know, one person in their face. And that one person's always going to die. But you can keep everyone alive if you can play mid-range and spam well as a team. But the Ubers have kind of leapfrogged here, and as long as they can stall here on second, this Uber can be coming out. I love this push from CJ and company. They don't quite have Uber yet, but they know the Uber's coming. They know it's going to intimidate Ding Dong Daddies to run away, and they just focus down frags. Once again, we see Patty die, then just one at a time. Everyone's dying with assists across the board, and they're rolling it into mid. Beautiful plays from Rat Squad. Great retake there. The other crucial thing is the initiation. You know, the worst way to push things is to just always have your pocket walking in. That's like how I-52 Epsilon played with Mike, and they just got destroyed. Always having Mike just waddling in, getting forced so bad. And what they need is like what Rikuso and, you know, what ATT is providing for the team, some initiation, take the pressure off the rest of the team. And that makes it so much easier for their combo to just do what's right, you know, push on their advantages and get in good position, clean up weak targets, you know what I mean? So here's Rat Squad with the comeback. 3 rounds in a row, quick rounds now. And Ding Dong Daddies feeling the pressure. Now down a round, started off so strong, 2-0. And Rat Squad now in control, going to be pushing this next half. What they want to do is just start this match right away and try and keep their momentum going, you know. But you know, it's beautiful when you see a team that can win rounds after losing mids. You know, I think that's really something my team does a lot. Is we lose a lot of mids. Yeah, it happens. We get pushed back to our last. It happens a lot. But we know how to coordinate as a team. We know how to take advantage of the other team's mistakes, and we know how to just push, you know. So even if we're on the back foot, you know, we're always ready to just pounce on any opportunity, and we can push around all the way back, and that's a sign of a great team, you know. So I'm very impressed with the Rat Squad. They've come a long way this season, and taking it to Ding Dong Daddies here, who some people thought had a chance of making LAN. I think I knew a little bit better, but you know, Ding Dong Daddy's still a solid team. Some good players. Nice to see Patty playing. I guess we wonder where Sneaky is, but either way, this has been a entertaining match so far. What I would like to see, though, Ding Dong Daddies, is Kosa needs to just stop dying. I hate to say it, but that's what happens every time. And beyond that, their post Ubers are fairly bad. Nothing near what Rat Squad is accomplishing with their Ubers. This mid, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to watch Patty. I think he's tired of the passive play. I think he's going to go for an earlier bomb now. And let's take a look here. See how he's going to play it. And he's just spamming the roof briefly, walking up with his team. Oh, actually gets spammed and backs up. So Patty playing extremely passive. The passive play from both teams. Neither team wanting to make a mistake, but Rikuso, he's going to push it, and he's going to go in. But goes down, not a great bomb, to be honest. And while target is dead, 404 needed to die there. CJ knew it, and he went for the bomb. Jeremy trying to push up across while that's all happening, and Scissor is surely going to die against 2 full health scouts. Curiously, Alec and Schnell here took almost no damage that entire mid, just cleaning up whatever came in, and you know, what matters in the end is winning mid, even if they did bait their team. If it works, it works, you know what I mean? But good plays from them. Looks like the spawns are gonna allow Rat Squad to defend on second. So not gonna be a roll by any means. Rat Squad have shown in the past that they can pull it all the way back, you know. This is where Ding Dong Daddy made their mistakes last time. What they did was they just pushed their Uber in. Wasn't a great Uber, and then they just overextended post Uber. And CJ has been punishing them for that overextension. I would like to see a team push, but not a full commit, you know. Push your team in to make some room. Make some room. That's like, you can't really make a play if the other team is so prepared for it. If they have scouts up on this wall, they have their medic this far back, he's not going to pop. Like, it's a miracle if you make that happen. So what you really want to do is just make some room so that plays open up, you know, so that more opportunities present themselves. Here's Patty fully buffed, going in, actually getting piped through the out of the air and just focused down by 5 players. Look at that. You know, ATT, it looks like, went for an immediate counter sack, died to a sticky trap. But, like, if a soldier's getting focused by 5 people, he's just going to die so fast. What they need is some sort of distraction, or they need to make a threat on the other side so that not everyone can focus that, and that creates a distraction. Like, isn't that the best way to make anything happen in this game? Isn't that the best way to make a play? And they're gonna actually turn it to a sniper play now. Patty, who died, waited in the forward spawn, told his teammate to come up, spawn sniper. What I would do at a moment like this, actually, is if the other team's paying attention, they'd know that Patty died, you know, so they'd be paying attention. You know, do we see Patty? If I were Patty, what I would do is I'd show myself on Soldier so that they're not afraid of an off class, and maybe we'll play in a little bit more exposed position. And then have Alec take his one most important shot. The first shot on Sniper is always the most important, because after that, the entire other team will adjust. They'll move, they'll position themselves behind cover, and every shot becomes so much more difficult to find. You know, those kinds of things are so important in Invite, is knowing, paying attention to what the players alive are and what they're capable of, and being able to recognize them by their hats. You know, say, you know, it was Patty that died. Do I see Patty? I do this for Hard Blue all the time. It's like, when it's players that you know are kind of wild cards, those are the ones you need to be tracking the most, you know? So here's Patty actually doing what the rest of his team should have done last attempt. He's just pushing in and giving his team a little bit of room here so that they can make a play maybe. I'm going to scope in here on Alec and see if he's going to get a shot. He keeps seeing a scout just poking his head out on that train. But, oh, the scout so close there on that shot. Actually, looks like Patty did go for the bomb. Gets target down to half health, but the force is not going to go. Ooh, body shot here. He might get the scout pick if he can just... Oh, just can't get another body shot, but the Uber actually popped from target. They're Ubering in on middle. This is very TLR-esque. When the other team is running a sniper, you just push right in and punish them for it. Meanwhile, on the flank, Rakuso picks off Alec, takes down Showstopper as well. He's going to back up, make sure he doesn't feed his life away. After getting 2 picks on Roamer, you know, your job is done. You don't need to die. A lot of Roamers, they make a big play, and then they're just like, yeah, I can die now. But if you can escape, that's always so much better. Score at the moment is 3-2, and Rat Squad, despite losing mid with a great push here, going to be taking middle, rolling in on second. Already got the initiation from the scouts, clearing the stickies, distracting the players. Oh, Rakusa, you can't die to that trap. Come on, buddy. But Jeremy actually in position to punish Showstopper here in upper lobby. Showstopper maybe a bit caught in. Patty, though, behind. Might be able to make the play onto target. Coordinating here with a scout. They're coming in super aggressive. Patty has been just wall jumping left and right. Showstopper down, and it's just target. Running so fast, as Seabear would say, on his little horsey. But manages to escape out to kitchen. Patty coming in from behind. Some super fast jumps. Target at 90%, and oh my god, Patty jumped when he fired his rocket, so he launched himself. He actually ended up rocket jumping up to the roof when he could have had 2 clean, easy rockets on the medic. Could have dropped him at 98% there in kitchen. But instead, target slips away and gets his Uber, and now the Uber is forced on 404, so it looked like such a beautiful repush there, moving so fast. And it's quickly turned back towards the Rat Squad. And now I think the Uber is just going to intimidate them out. Alec actually takes the 1v1 on the flank, taking another. gonna go down, and two picks against the Daddies. And the Uber is popped. CJ jumping in deep on the truck. Heals are in spawn for 404. Gonna see what the Rat Squad can do. They're just putting people on the point. Meanwhile, CJ's shooting people in the back, and he gets on the point. The Rat Squad, whew, 4-2, my friends. The Rat Squad are in the lead, 4-2. If they can just get one clean mid, this match could be very well in the bag for them. This could be over. This could be a well-earned win. But Ding Dong Daddies, again, they've been playing so passive. I think this might be the time when they change something up. Here's Patty jumping up once. Is he going to jump again? I think he will. Showstopper on the roof. Patty in now after they've fallen off the roof after Showstopper bombed. But wow, Patty just getting decimated. Jeremy with the pipe across the map. CJ with some clean rockets onto the scouts. And just no positioning from Ding Dong Daddies. Scissor and ATT on the chase here. Oh, they're going to let him go. They're going to let him go. But the rest of the team needs to move up. When you have number advantage like this, you need to put one scout on the point. Have everyone move up. CJ is doing just that. Moving up here onto the ramp. You know, what I would do in this situation is actually, well, if they could pick that scout, that would be perfect. Yeah, CJ should have rocket jumped there. Actually manages to rocket jump just in time, but I would have liked to see the first rocket from CJ be to rocket jump. But he reads the situation correctly and ends up rocket jumping. Ding Dong Daddies on their last, and this could be it. Already down Alec, and the Uber is coming in. CJ actually only just peeking. What might have been a nice play there would be if CJ would pretend he's going to Uber in, jump in for a force, just force that Uber, make 404 pop, then just have target back himself up, get himself in a safe position there, and then just repush with advantage. Rakusa suiciding in, and it's gonna be a pretty standard play there. Whew. Luckily, I did disable the text-to-speech, but. Thank you to remove the donation feed. I'm sorry. At least you can pretty much read the health. But Alex sniping now. No counter sniper, strangely. Would have thought Scissor would have been on sniper by now. And you know, Rat Squad can take their time here. They're not in a hurry. Rakusa going down. He can just keep trying it if Ding Dong Daddies aren't going to do much off of it. You know, Ding Dong Daddies are on their last, so if they push off, it is quite the risk. They could lose the match on one mistake, but they have to, you know. They have to just be confident and push out and know that they're capable of winning this match. Gonna have a little bit of a spy cam here. See, now is when I'd like to see some sneaky plays. You know, what I'd like to see is CJ pretending he's sacking on Roamer, then have Rakuso in behind on Spy, go for the backstab, you know? Always just mind game them. They think something's happening, but it's just something else happening, you know? Alec actually starting to get maybe a little bit aggressive on Sniper, maybe a little impatient. Rakuso here cloaking in on last. They do lose Scissor, so here's Rakuso's big chance. I think he is going to get this stab. Here he comes. In behind. Oh, no. He turns around for no reason. And pops at 60 health. Again, a lot of medics, I see them being faced by spies, and they keep popping when they can survive one more shot. If you're up against a scout and you have 90 health, the scout can one-shot you. But if you're up against a spy, I don't think he can one-shot you if you have 66 health. Especially not if he has his knife out. But Patty, able to find the opening, gets the force. Target, though, pushing his heels in on last. The Rat Squad trying to end this match right now, and they do have the numbers, but Showstopper actually on the killing spree. 5 picks, and he's going to hold it off for his team. You know, crucially, what he didn't do was just back up and give the Rat Squad a bunch of positioning. What he did was he challenged them in the chokes. He knew they didn't have Uber. He knew he could get some pressure on them and maybe some picks, and he did exactly that. Ding Dong Daddy's now taking this opportunity to push in. Rakuso jumping in, just trying to make an opening for the rest of his team. Here's Scissor in deep. Is he going to get 404? He is. And this is probably the nail in the coffin. It's only Patty and Alec alive. Patty down. Just Alec. Spawns not for 6 seconds, and I think the Rat Squad have done it. They have done it. Congratulations to Rat Squad. 5-2. I'd like to say I predicted that because I did. I don't know if I predicted 5-2. I think I might have said 5-3. Did I say 5-2? I said Rat Squad though. Congrats though. Jeremy is here, and I need to speak to someone real quick. And congrats to the Rat Squad. Really great moments in that match from them. And my favorites were when the Ubers would be on second like this, and say Ding Dong Daddies would be approaching like this, and then the Rat Squad would be back here. Their whole team would just be staying together. They wouldn't split off. They wouldn't feed picks, and then they just focus down the Ding Dong Daddies one at a time. Just get one pick on the point, one pick on the shed, just chase them out through yard, and then just roll through. That's how they won a lot of their rounds. So great play out of the Rats, and I'm proud of them. Alright guys, so thank you for watching the cast. I was given a message from not the worst team in invite, so looks like the Rat Squad are proud of their performance this season. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the standings in invite. Actually, you know what? Let me try and pull up the stats. Hopefully I can pull up the stats. Please tell me the server's still alive. Oh, I think I have like 1 second to do it. Dot stats. Alright, here it is. Rat Squad over Ding Dong Daddies. We got Alec on the Ding Dong Daddies, top fragging hard. Damage pretty lacking from the rest of the team, unfortunately. Maybe just a low damaging game here. CJ putting out quite a bit. 290 there. And Ding Dong. My god. 37 frags. I didn't even notice he was going that hard. So great plays. Couple drops that match, you know. But I am impressed. Let's take a look now at the standings though. I think the season has pretty much ended. I think we have 2 forfeit wins on the way, so you can pretend that's a 16-0. Street Hoops probably 13-3. Madmen 12-4. Elevate 11-5. Wait, I'll check on Street Hoops. But Rat Squad ending it here in 6th place. 2 dead teams. Ding Dong Daddies last. Ding Dong Daddies, I think they might have been last season? I'm not sure. No, probably not, but probably not that great not that great of a season for them, but I'd say this season their roster is a bit better than last, you know. So yeah,